All right, session 4. Hello and welcome everyone to the Dungeon Folks. Not Persona 5.
That's my phone telling me that we went live.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a good thing. Anyway, this is the Dungeon Folks, the Young Folks' official Dungeons & Dragons campaign, where we put aside writing about TV, movies, games, and all that to pick up some pencils and dice and kill some monsters and get some treasure. So, I'm your DM, as always, Alex Folk. I'm finally joined by the entire cast, so this is finally going to be a great episode.
We did the thing.
We did the thing. We got together. Everybody. That's always like the biggest meme about Dungeons and Dragons. You can never get the whole group together, but we did it. So let's enjoy it. Previously on the Dungeon Folks,
do you want like intense music for this? I have like minstrel music going right now.
Oh god. Well, I mean, then I have to do like an intense voice the whole time. So
use the literal Dragon Ball Z music.
Okay. Wait, are we gonna get a copyright strike for that?
We might actually.
I won't do it. I get away with the generic Dungeons and Dragons playlists and somehow Persona, so I'm gonna just stick with that.
All right. Wait. Do we not get copyright struck for Persona?
We haven't yet.
Oh shit! This could be a whole Persona game. No.
Don't test
sometimes.
the.
Anyway. Last time. Meritz, Karnov, Ori, and Flint walked into the Dragon's Dungeon, the big tavern that was in the tunnels, which is in the shittier district of the jungle, this massive city-state that you've all found yourselves in. There you met a human cleric named Alexandrus, who is Justin's character, and he graciously applied or offered his healing abilities to your party, as well as a room in the tavern to split the cost with, and you guys said yes on both accounts. There was a couple of interesting characters there. There was also a bunch of jobs that were available on the job posting board. You read some of them. You picked two. One said there is someone in Tinkertown who wants to stage a heist. But you went off and you got accosted by these goblins. This little Cockney gang called the Goblin Boys, who wanted to pay a toll, and you said no, so you had to fight them. And Merit finally sprung into action in a complete, out of nowhere, murderous rage, and just critical snuck attack the Goblin leader in the face, and while still holding his corpse, just turns to the party and says, "I killed a wizard once," and that is what gained inspiration for this week.
Yes! I knew it.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to beat. Although I did really appreciate what you were doing with Alexandrus, Justin. Anyway, but then you realized you were all kind of dying, so you went back to take a long rest. And you also realized that going to Tinkertown would cost money because you need to take the subway. Yeah. But luckily, one of the other missions, the reward for which was unlimited subway passes for everyone. So you all signed up to do that instead. And so you all delved into the Undercity to find the Queen. And so you went... The tunnels are, like always like filled with holes and potholes, like these great chasms that go down underground to an Undercity. So it's a whole little... There's a subterranean lake underneath the jungle, and these like flotsam villages and these like buildings that are built into the stalactites and into the cavern walls. And there's many denizens of the Underdark. You found drow, duergar, giant spiders, bioluminescent mushrooms, all sorts of fun stuff. You walked into a bar in which a drow woman had a big pet giant spider. Merritt talked to her, found his way to the Queen, and there she gave you your jobs, which is to board or stop or somehow get on one of the subway trains and rob one of the known train conductors of their identification crystals, because that's what the Queen wants, to be able to smuggle her goods on these trains.
Okay.
And she introduced you to her lieutenant, a woman named Deborah, the Cut Ear, and she's sort of a scruffy woman, all in leathers, and she has bandages all over her face, so all you can see is her eyes. And she has taken you into her little planning room to plan how you're going to pull off this mission. And Yeah, also, Merritt has decided he wants to kill the gnome. I don't know if we're still going with that, but that is so far what's been on the table. So, as we resume, Karnov, you finally wake up. You've been in a daze, almost as if you were drunk or high or somehow afflicted this past like day and a half, and you realize it's because of the amulet. You've been attuning to it, and it's taken longer than most arcane artifacts, more than they usually acquire. But now you feel like it's fully attuned, and you can use all of its abilities, and it feels light as air when you're wearing it, almost as if it's comfortable and it enjoys being bonded to you. And now you're suddenly you've been sort of following Flint and Merritt and Ori as if you were on some kind of autopilot, but now you're finally aware again. And Ori, you've been so worried with Karnov and his inability to really speak and do anything that he's sort of been the focus, and you've been sort of just looking after him this entire time, sort of wondering in the back of your head if the mission you're going on is the most morally righteous, but nonetheless, it is probably the most beneficial for the group. So you've come along with it, and now that Karnov is also sort of snapped back into it, you also can look around and really pick up your surroundings again. So now currently, everyone, you're in this little planning chamber. There's a wooden table with some like schematics of tunnels and sort of like the mining carts. Deborah the Cuttier is sort of leaning over it. She's got a crossbow sort of slung over her back and a rapier at her side. And she's pulling out a couple of bottles of fluids and she's putting them on the table and looking around everything. And she just looks up. And she says to everyone, "So, any questions on the plan?"
I have no questions. It sounds great.
Now, which of these vials are some nice poisons I can dip my daggers in?
Yes, the queen. She told me I should give you something.
Mm-hmm.
She takes one of them and just hands it to you. That is lesser wyvern venom. So, you apply it once to a weapon, and then it just does 1d6 extra poison damage. Like a one-use, just extra buff to an attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple, but we can't be expending the good stuff on unproven allies.
I think that's an acceptable poison.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All I need.
So, I must ask, does anyone have any ideas of how to get to the gnome? Or how to stop the train? I currently only have 2, but they involve risk or violence. I'd like to do this as clean as possible.
I agree.
We could lay someone out on the tracks that's expendable.
That was the current plan.
I like the way you think.
Thank you, Tiefling.
Hold on, wait. So we're just gonna kill somebody in the group here. That's what we're gonna do. That's the plan.
We literally met each other by killing things. Are you Have you missed that somehow?
This is why we're still open to ideas.
Okay, well,
you ate someone.
It was a fish person. Point is, we already kind of agreed that we were gonna go with the killing idea anyway.
The killing. I like that it's now the killing idea.
The doing a murder.
You said you wanted to just murder the gnome. Do we have that option?
But how do we murder the gnome?
Yes, the goal is to stop.
I have a question.
Train. Yes.
Wait,
is this in character? Yeah.
It's separate. One of my powers, what's that one called? The Spare the Dying. If somebody dies on the track, am I able to like bring them back to life, or are they dead?
So if they don't get killed outright, so in 5e, if you take damage and you go to 0 HP, you're fine. You're unconscious. You're not dead, and then you make death saving throws. But if you take so much damage that you're like the negative health you have is the same as your max health. So let's say your max health is 20. If you take 40 damage at once, and you go down to negative 20 health, then you're just dead. Nothing else.
Okay.
So if you get if getting hit by a train is enough to completely take you out, you will get splattered, no bringing back. If you get hit a little bit and you survive and go to 0, or just a little bit below negative, then yeah, Spare the Dying will keep them alright.
Wait, you get hit a little bit by the train.
Just like graze.
These
Graze
are the
by a
questions
train.
that could save lives. So it's like...
No. You either get hit by the train or you don't. There's no getting hit a little bit by a train. It's a train.
Well, I mean, like, you can get...
From a certain point of view.
Okay. Okay, we're back in.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
that being
All right.
said, can we...
Aside from the plan where we kill one of us, because we're all vaguely useful in some way, no offense,
To be
is there
fair,
another one?
Well, it is possible that if something is on the track, that they will stop the train in time, but there's no guarantees. That's the problem.
Does it have to be a person? Could it be some sort of blockage?
Like a boulder.
Sorry, what did Leanne say?
Like we could just destroy some of the track. There's stuff
We could
ahead.
possibly
Let's just
We
derail
might-
the whole train.
That was the other plan. Derail it. Yes.
Yeah, let's derail that.
That draws a lot of attention, though.
Okay. How
So
about
what?
how about we sneak on the train? Do we have anybody capable of doing that?
We could all board the train as long as we put up the gold for it. No one would ask questions. But then, how do we stop it from inside? Do we just attack the gnome there?
That potentially draws too much attention.
Yeah, the big factor is attention here.
Oh, what did Leanne say? Sorry.
Let's kill him on the train. Kill the normal whatever. Well, like it would board the train, and then we just kill him.
That is possible. That was ideally the plan. The only thing is, most of these conductors aren't just normal workers. They all have to know some kind of magic. He will be crafty.
Oh, so we got a magic gnome on our hands, so I
Oh,
can't.
great, a magic gnome.
We can't just hop on the train and just take him off the train and just... Oh, what if we somehow force him to magically keep the train driving while we leave with him?
And how would we do that?
Isn't there some kind of magic that will do that?
Yes, but I do not know of it. That is not in my expertise. If
Alexandros?
one of you has those,
Do you have an idea of how we can...
Perhaps we say that we have.
I
some
am
sort of-
looking.
How about we take a brick and put it on the pedal? Wait, are there pedals on the train?
no, it is controlled by a system of levers.
Rubber bands.
I have an idea.
What's a rubber band?
All
How
right,
about
y'all don't know my great dwarven technology, but I wouldn't be able to make it before we go on this.
I have an idea. Hear me out on this.
Yes.
Perhaps we somehow get into his chamber where he's driving the train,
Mhm.
tell them that we have some sort of explosive on the train, and if he does not, and if he doesn't keep his, you know where I'm going with this, if he somehow decides to keep the train, I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time here.
Okay.
Somehow we convince him that this explosive is on the train, and he needs to keep his speed at 50 miles an hour or more, and if he drops his speed below that, the train is destroyed.
Whoa,
Okay,
dude.
I'm asking this in meta. Are we going to just reenact the movie Speed?
Yeah, with Keanu.
I support that method.
Do it.
Okay, I have
It is
a
a
spell that
serious-
says command.
This is a viable thing to do.
Hang on. What's this command?
I just
Are
have
you
a
gonna
spell that
just
says
recreate
command.
Speed with... Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Command.
Well, if I use command, will we be able to control him?
Let me double check the spell. I believe it's pretty low level, so you might be able to tell him like one particular thing, like
That the train is going to explode if he doesn't keep his thing past
Yeah,
60 miles an hour.
you
That.
speak a one. He has to make a saving throw, and then he has to you tell him one word, and he obeys that one word as how he interprets it.
Okay.
He'll be locked in his own mind for eternity, you know.
Repeating that same exact phrase.
Green.
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 Falling.
Okay,
You just gotta
okay, so-
hit him with an
I've got
idea.
no other spell.
In meta speak, I'm not against trying to pull off a big speed style heist.
How about, hear me out here. We make him an ambassador of free public transportation.
She just slowly turns her head at you. What?
What?
We convince the gnome.
Agreed. What?
We convince the gnome, instead of just us having free transportation, just give the whole goddamn city free transportation.
You know,
This
it's
is very democratic.
Did you? We can't just overhaul the system.
Sure we can.
You need incremental change. You have to build power. That's my whole purpose of being here.
All right, I roll initiative to slap him in the face. 17.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, you slap him with your frail little, with your human hand.
And I
So-
just continue to chortle to myself as I think of crazy ideas.
Are you suggesting we seize the means of production now? Like we've gone so far off the rails.
Yeah.
Off the rails of
It's
this.
funny because it's a
We're not
trail.
starting a society over right here.
I didn't.
All right, I have an idea here. How about
Yes.
the cleric? How about you use your command for a single word, and that word is sleep on the gnome?
Who's gonna drive the train?
Shit.
Yeah, this is the part we keep coming back to.
Yes.
That's
Does anyone know how
really
to drive a
good.
train?
We could have
Yeah.
him.
Does anybody have experience?
No.
Listen, so far I like the Dragonborn's idea of boarding the train, somehow accosting him before he can do anything. And do you have any other suggestions to this? Since you seem to be the only reasonable one here. He asks you, Ori.
I resent that.
Him to wait for him to reach a certain spot and then, you know.
Wait for a stop, huh?
Yeah, they stop before.
It's possible. The trains do stop at the stations, but that would usually have a crowd.
And then
Is there a
that would
station that's seldom-
That's a good thing,
What?
right?
Is there a station on the track that is less used than the others?
No, the transit is heavily used. It's the most popular thing in the city.
So there's no like disused station, abandoned station that they turn around and use to turn the trains around?
The closest, the shittiest one is the one that goes here, because it's free. But since it's free, it's still widely used.
Yeah, I get that.
So we just be subtle about how we use this command magic and just have him casually come with us.
I have a second idea. Alright, so how do the trains turn around?
How do trains turn around?
How do the trains... Does the gnome...
Go back and forth.
Two
They
carriages?
don't. They don't.
And
they have to.
They don't.
They have to move from one end to the other. One train.
Yeah.
One end
Yes.
of the train to the other.
How about we grab him when he moves one half to the other?
Well,
Or
that's
does he
just on his
use
route.
magic teleportation magic to get from one end to the other of the train?
No. There's
Do we-
two controls at both ends of the train, and then you.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
so
how
you
does he
have
get
to
from
go-
one control to the other?
There's
Do we
two trains.
know the train path? Like, is it too far to the ends?
Okay, so if she pulls
What?
out a map, she pulls out the map of the city. So we have the south line. This is where we are. Yes. The trains transfer and they turn around. The bought at the South Red station and the South Gold. Those are the transfer stations. It is the same way for each of the lines. The ring lines just keep going continuously. There is no
Okay.
switching.
Okay. Should we
So
just kill?
our best
kill
bet our best bet would be to somehow board this train. We can go through the tunnels. This is why they're called the tunnels. We know ways from the Undercity to the train tracks. We can board the train while it's moving, or while it's still at a low speed coming out of the station. We can try stopping it as it's moving out, or we can board while we're on a station and then go up to the gnome while we're riding it and somehow get him to stop the train, and or kill him, and or rob him.
Or make him keep driving it at a maximum speed.
A
Oh,
fifth-
Or keep him driving it.
The command thing. And make him not even notice our presence.
What do people think of that?
Sure.
That's
I
a
guess.
better plan.
Sure.
I don't know if there's a good plan, but that's a better plan.
My plan was great.
Long
But
term,
seeing as how it's not possible, then let's
No,
go with
it-
this plan.
it's not possible in the very short amount of time that we have to do this.
It was the most idealistic, but I do not know how much influence this single character has.
There are other ways of getting power, sir.
It's very idealistic.
And we also need to be very careful with this, because we could wind up with this pass, but then be completely unable to use the train because we killed some dude. We need to be very careful to make sure that if we do accidentally kill this guy, that no one sees us kill this guy.
This is a good point.
This
It's
is
just
true.
another reason why I wear bandage. It conceals identity.
Masks would probably be a good idea, actually.
Aye.
Draw attention to us, though.
The second thing is that...
Not necessarily masks in like a ski mask or whatever, but like cloaking or something to cover the face.
Well, if we do that, some of the more visually distinct among us may need to sit this one out. And I don't like that. We need the entire number doing this plan.
I do tend to draw eyes.
Our more visually striking members, and she points to Karnov and Ori. You could remain on the train if we board it, and act casual before anything happens.
It wouldn't help. It wouldn't hurt to have eyes out, actually.
Well, we could stay and be like the lookout to make sure that nobody, notices anything suspicious or so.
Aye.
This is good. It is good to have lookouts.
I also have the ability to cast a minor illusion, so I can just throw someone off with that everything seems fine. I could even imitate a sound, so if someone asks about the conductor, I can mimic his voice.
That's very
This is
handy.
That's super handy. It's a very good
It-
idea.
It won't be able to disguise myself, of course, but we can use it to manipulate any other staff on the train.
This is true. Does anyone need anything else? Or are we going with this? Does anyone have any preparations that need to be made? Any provisions that need to be purchased?
I think we're.
Well,
I'm good. Let's have a heist.
I'm not the most
Ah.
subtle individual, but I will play what role I need to.
Well, if you want to eat him, that's an option.
you're never gonna live that down.
No,
Nope.
I'm not.
First impressions are they stick.
They do. That's true.
It would not be good to have a reputation of a gnome eater.
I never found them to be appetizing.
Not many do.
So far, he's focused most on fish men.
That's fair. Alright, so, explain to me again what you guys are planning to do. How we're going about this. Deborah will go with you with whatever you want. So are you guys going through the tunnels and hopping onto the train, or are you guys just boarding the train on a station? What was the plan again? I'm sorry.
Boarding the train is probably the safest plan.
Spending the golden board in the train.
Yeah.
Okay.
the investment will be worth the payoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Deborah will offer to pay for everyone to cover it. So that's fine.
Perfect.
They're good.
I'm not gonna.
Why
complain
didn't Jabora say for them from the beginning?
I'm not gonna complain if that's the case.
Okay.
Then we have a plan.
Alright, so we get on the
Sounds
train
like
at
it.
the station, and we do... what
Alright,
to
so
get
yeah,
into the chamber?
Alright, so you guys just heading out now? It's like probably like it's this was still the same day, so this is probably around like 11 a.m. of the same morning you guys met the queen. You guys still have all your health, all your spells, all your everything. You guys are fresh and good. So you guys head out now?
Yes.
We should see an afternoon rush soon.
Okay. So you guys
Perhaps we should wait until the train is least busy. Do you know when the train is least busy in this godforsaken place?
It's not.
No, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. When do people go to bed here? Does this place just
have
never
you been to
show up?
Tokyo? It is never. Actually, around like at night. It's usually less frequented at night, especially southbound trains, because, well, you know, things like the tunnels, like us. Around 11 p.m., it is usually abandoned. Only the sad, the lonely, and the desperate travel at night.
1, 2, 3.
We don't want to be associated with those folk yet.
2.
So do you guys wait for night, or do you guys just go right now? Oh, we lost. There we go.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, my thing disconnected.
It's all right.
All right. So how about we wait until whenever it's, you know, dead in there.
All right. If it means less attention.
Less eyes on us.
Less attention, yeah.
I agree with that. I'll go through the tunnels.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
we'll roll out to board the train like normal pedestrians around the abandoning time of the trains rolling at night.
Okay.
Very late.
All right. Okay. So
Pretty
you will spend a day waiting. Is there anything you guys would like to accomplish in that time? Is there anything you want to buy? You're still in like the Undercity, and there's like, you know, shops and bars and such there.
What are some of the shops in the Undercity that sell crap?
Well,
I have some money to spend.
there is, you know, and Deborah will explain to you that there is an alchemy store. There is a blacksmith. There is sort of like your standard provisions of everything. There's a tanner who makes fine leather goods, and then quite a few bars and casinos.
Hmm.
And the Undercity is sort of just like, you know, a haven for crime and smuggling. And she mentions there are dens if you wish to partake in our provisions. And she does.
Well, where I can trade in the holy symbol of Doorbell or so.
She's like, well, you can trade this anywhere. Anyone would buy. This is the black market, dear. You found it.
I want to trade it in for something useful.
Well, there's what are you looking for? You can get more darts. You can get different type of armor if you wish. Although a monk, you're usually pretty good just being armored. You can get a different spear. You can get a staff instead. You can get a bow. I don't know if you're efficient with bows, but they. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. I think I'm like having trouble hearing you sometimes. That's just the internet.
Oh, well, I'll do that different.
Okay.
All right, and I need some armor. If we're gonna do this, I'm gonna at least peruse and see what I can purchase with 2 gold and 18 silver pieces.
For 2 golds, let me double check this. Probably not a lot. I'll be honest with you.
It's at least worth asking.
Yeah. So if you want, you're currently wearing leather, correct?
I think I am.
Yeah, I believe you
Yeah.
are. And so like, the one step up you could get as a rogue is studded leather, and
Yeah.
here it would cost 50 gold.
Yeah, nah.
50.
All right. Weapons. What? All right. So right now I have 2 daggers, a short sword, and inexplicably I also have a long sword on me.
I think you probably took that from some dead guy.
Yeah, probably. I don't know why I don't have that. Why I don't use that as often as I do.
Use them great.
Longsword requires strength, which you're not good at because you're a rogue.
That's true. Let's see. You know, I'm actually pretty okay with just using my daggers with this poison, if I need to use them.
Fair enough.
I want to stay with our liaison and talk with them some more about how their organization works.
Okay.
You know, same.
What would you like to say?
I just want to.
I want to learn more about your hierarchy. How did you earn the trusted role that you have now?
What you're doing here? I did some jobs. They thought I did good. Promoted me. I'm actually a relatively recent hire, but I do good work. And so I'm rising quite quickly. And now, instead of the one being handed the jobs, I'm the one who usually hands them out. Such is life.
And this is all decided by the Queen.
Everything's decided by the Queen.
Does she delegate these responsibilities at all?
Oh yes, right from the top. The Queen
So there are
demands
those-
everything.
So there are those that she trusts to help enforce her will.
Indeed. She has her bodyguards, she has her pets, she has her lieutenants, such as I, and she has legions of her smugglers, cut purses, thieves.
Very interesting indeed. And how long has your current queen held power?
In the jungle, it's been some time. About at least 12 years. It's what you'd call new money here.
Very interesting. It seems like staying in the Queen's favor is going to be good for my well-being.
Same.
That is correct assessment. What'd you say, Leon?
Like, I don't remember if you explained from before, but how did the chaperone end up with the bandages?
Oh, how did she end up with the bandages?
Well,
That's
I'll ask
personal.
her.
You'll ask her, or you don't ask her? It wasn't mentioned before. Nobody's mentioned it.
Oh, well, yeah, asking her now.
Okay. She looks to you and she says, "It's personal. It was an injury. They call me the cut ear." And she points and she notices she has sort of like the same accent that the Queen did, but you notice she doesn't have the bulge of pointed elven ears. I'm shamed, but no one knows my face. It's easier to blend in. Turn my weakness into strength.
Hey, Alex, you're cutting in and out real bad.
Oh, was I? Did everybody else hear that, or
Yeah, it was in and out.
Okay. Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Good.
I can hear you too.
Yeah.
Okay. What she said was that as far as the bandages go, she pointed to her ears and the fact she's called Deborah the cut ear, and she has the same accent as the Queen, which sort of implies that she is drow, but she doesn't have the sharp ears. And she said her injury is personal and she is shamed, and that's why she wears the bandages. However, it also helps her blend in, so she turns her weakness to strength. Everybody hear
cut
that?
out again. You cut out again at the very end.
Like at the end, the last part.
Yeah.
She turns her weakness into strength
All right.
by wearing
I'll
the
let you know.
bandages. Because she
I'll
blends
let you
in.
know when you start saying like T-Pain again here.
Yeah, my sisters are probably all streaming Netflix or something. So
That
sorry,
For shame.
We'll do it.
not to put them on blast. On
just
our
just get a cheap Ethernet cable and run it across the house.
I'm
That's what I'm
tempted.
running on.
I mean, I can't. My wife's probably watching this. I just realized that I'm like, oh, we're all on the same network.
I'm talking
Great.
about dwarven technology.
I'm hoping, yeah. She's on the Wi-Fi or on the mobile internet.
Okay. So, anything else before we get to the train?
I'm good. I got what I needed.
I don't
Anyone
think
left?
I don't think I have enough silver or gold to really consider buying anything, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't think I
Fair
have
enough.
much money either.
I wanted to change out my spare.
Wanted to change out your what?
The spare. Like trade in the
Oh,
jewel thing for the spare.
Okay. Yeah. So, I believe, she'll point you to sort of a shady salesman, and he is a dwarf with all gray skin and white eyes and white hair, and he will give you 10 gold pieces for it.
So I
Can
could
we-
just decide to like rob him instead.
The what?
And take him. I could rob him instead.
Do you want to rob him instead?
Yeah, and just take everything.
Take everything. You want to fight this dwarf in his shop.
I wouldn't advise
Save
fighting
it for the
freaking
train.
Wait.
Save it for the train.
I mean, you can.
dwarf. Would we incite a riot?
Aren't you like neutral good or something like that?
Leanne is savage right now.
This is
What
taking
is your alignment again?
this is taking a turn.
Can we like barter with him instead?
Yeah, that.
Can we not kill the guy?
Is anybody
Isn't
good
he
at-
just giving us gold for the train? Let's just stick to the plan.
Hold on. Did anybody even walk with her? Because I believe she's going alone. So if she
Yeah,
wants
she's
to
doing
take
this
this
on her
dwarf-
own.
I'm rushing.
She's just walking up to this dude. We're standing in the back. She's just like,
Put a
knocking
stop
him
to
out.
this
Yeah.
nonsense.
I mean,
And if on my own, I won't rob him. I will just trade it then.
okay. So you'll go with the transaction. You'll take the 10 gold.
I don't like this idea of 10 gold, but I will go with it. So.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We
He will-
can
he will
barter
sli-
for it though.
He will
Okay.
slide you. He will slide you the money and look at you really suspiciously, and mutter something in Dwarvish.
Oh wait,
Do I
do I know that?
do I understand what he said?
You're not there. It was just Ori going by herself, by
Okay.
himself.
All right, I wasn't there. Okay.
So Leanne, you have 10 more gold pieces.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so that would have been interesting.
That was an adventure. Let's not do that again,
Once we
please.
get a little bit more of a position of power around here, we can just knock around whoever the hell we want.
That's my plan. Will you guys stop messing it up?
Yeah, I should also point out that basically everyone here works for the queen. So someone might tell if so, but then again, everyone kills each other here anyway, so who knows what would have happened.
We're not hired yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's late at night. You go to the train station. Deborah will escort you. Although you know the way to the, you walk back out of the Undercity. You leave the area of the bioluminescence and all the dripping stalactites. You walk back out into the tunnels. It's a full moon shining over everything. You see one goblin peek his head out, look over a corner, recognize you guys, and book it. The one goblin who got away.
I get the feeling he'll be a recurring character.
This is one of the goblin boys.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, you know they
Yes,
should come up with a better
one.
name than that.
Yes, Goblin Boy 1.
Singular.
The Goblin Boy. Singular now, yeah. Thanks to you guys. She'll take you to the train station. It is still crowded. There's still some people. There's one guy, you keep seeing him, and he's just like clutching his knees and rocking back and forth and like chewing his fingernails every time you see him. He just sort of rotates around the tunnels, but he's always doing the same thing, and he's here now. You see a couple of shady-looking humans walking to and fro, a couple of dwarves here and there, but no one pays you any mind. You walk past the gnome, one gnome who has like the little like ticket reel. He holds it in his hand. Debor gives him a coin. He rolls out some tickets for you all. He gives them to you, and then you all board the train. And it's again, it's sort of an improvised. Flint, you recognize it. It is of dwarvish design, similar to a minecart, but it's been fiddled with by gnomish ingenuity. It has like electric current running through the wheels. It's quite wider than a minecart, obviously, and there are walls and windows on either side and rows of benches. And then between the cart, it's actually like a string of carts. Between each cart is about like a 3 by 5 foot wide like little walkway with chain railways that we have to walk outside of a cart and across the little walkway and then into the cart again. And then at the front of which you can see down like all the hallways there is a steel little like office, and there's a big chair with a pair of feet dangling in the air and some small hands moving levers. And then Debor looks to you all and says, "Okay, time's up. What do we do?"
Who wants to make the first move?
Have we decided if we're going to just take him?
Do we have any spells to make that easier? Anyone
I can try to.
I
can shocking grasp to tase him, I guess.
don't know. I have the command one that could make him do one thing. But it has to be the right one thing.
Is this gonna be an all magic heist, or am I not as useful as I think I am with
Hey,
this?
you know what? Let's go with the sadistic spell.
The what?
Let's tase him.
Oh.
Before I do this, who is going to drive the train?
We could command him to stop it.
Or we could command him to keep driving and just take what we need.
But then he'll recognize us. And he'll tell.
We didn't bring any masks?
No, we didn't. And then the pass we're gonna get is gonna be completely useless.
Okay. Command spell, tell him to stop. Stop the train.
But what if he is, But I imagine that this is something.
We don't need to tase him if.
Okay, okay. One spell's to make him stop the train. I'm sorry, I have to whisper. One spell's to make him stop the train. The others to fucking take him with us.
Well, what if he's resistant against magic? He is a gnome after all. They do have some tricks up their sleeves.
Let's do.
This might have been.
Can we do a
might
perception?
have been tried before.
Can we do? Can we perception check for potential gnome tricks?
What are you trying to discern?
Can I see if the gnome's got any strange tricks or traps? Would it even detect
You can't really see from this far. You just see down like the aisles of the mine carts, and then him in his office. You can only kind of see the back of his chair, and you know that he's wearing blue and he's reaching out and pulling a bunch of levers, but that's about it.
We can't have been the only people to have wanted to do this in the entire time this minecart has been in use, so they have to have some sort of thing against this. We should have thought this through better.
Can I talk to somebody on the train? Is there anybody else really sitting around on the train?
Yeah, there's a couple people. There is a dwarf woman. There's like 2 humans sort of hanging out in the corner. Sort of like one sleeping.
I don't know if anybody can hear me, but I just lost off.
Hola?
Yeah.
We heard you. You're sort of frozen in place, though.
Oh, Travis is frozen.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I
Yeah.
heard him. Technical difficulties. Karnov freezes once again as the
Okay.
the
Alright.
amulet seizes hold of him. There he is.
There he is. Okay.
That amulet, huh?
Yeah, that amulet.
Yeah.
For audio listeners, Flint is wriggling his mustache in frustration, trying to come up with an idea.
We have a small amount of time before it bores.
Are there
conversations.
any law enforcement officers on this vehicle?
No. It's usually just the conductor. That's why they have to be capable.
Is there an emergency like one of those emergency like stop switches on
That would
the
draw
train?
attention to us, which is the opposite of what we want.
Do we actually have to bring him with us entirely?
Yeah.
No.
Can we
just
dismember
need
him?
his
God damn it.
You could. You just need this crystal.
All we
We're
need
gonna
is
have to
the
kill him.
all we need is the crystal.
It's not physically attached to him, right?
He carries it.
Told them from before.
They're gonna-
It's a different crystal.
This was a
Rogue. How good is your pickpocketing skills?
They're okay.
Just okay.
I'm currently
You're
going.
not very confident.
I'm currently going through some buyer's remorse and some pessimism with this whole plan. So my nerves might be completely shot with my pickpocketing skills.
How good are you at pickpocketing? To the point.
Pretty good.
All right.
Let me tell you how good I am at pickpocketing. 1 second. Let me open up this thing that isn't a PDF.
Can we slap him into being a better pickpocketer?
Oi!
I might need to.
Alex, where would that be in my thing?
It would be a stealth thing.
It's a sleight of hand.
So yeah.
Sleight of hand. I am, I'm good at that. I have a +5. That's my best skill.
I
Okay.
would consider
Okay.
that proficient.
All right. Here's what we do. I'm going in there, and I'm going to distract him. I have deception, so I'm just gonna bullshit and make him think that I'm here to inspect his work.
I know you're a tiefling. He's not going to listen to a word you're saying because he's going to be noticing the fact that you're a tiefling.
That's
How about we
fantasy.
That's what he thinks.
How about we bring the cleric too, so you can make him believe that he's the guy.
Yeah, and I have high persuasion, so that helps too.
Let's
Okay,
bring
so
cleric.
the two of us are inspectors,
Charisma.
and then the human can steal it right off of him.
All right, and then
I
what
guess.
are Ori and Flint going to be doing?
Stay outside and don't cause a mess. Make sure no one bothers him.
I was going to say I can man the door to his office.
That's the best thing.
My morale is improving. I like this plan.
All right, are we ready, cleric?
Sure.
So, like talk.
Okay, wait. So Ori wants to talk to the other people on the train. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, do it. Look normal.
Socialize.
Okay, so you chat up, I guess, the either the dwarven woman or the two human guys who are sleeping.
Let's see then. So I'll go with the dwarven woman.
Okay, she'll just hello.
I could ask her where she's heading.
What? Oh, I'm heading up to the the bazaar. That's where I got a house up there. I sell potatoes.
Okay, now let's get up and go.
Do you want potatoes? Do you like potatoes? I don't know if Dragon
I
Ball
love
likes
potatoes.
Potatoes are my favorite.
So we'll go to the office, and with all the authority in my body, I'm going to open the door
Okay,
while
so
they continue to talk.
you open the door and you see this little gnome man. He's quite elderly. He has a big bushy white beard, and he's got a blue train conductor hat and a blue outfit. And he's pulling a bunch of levers, and you see a humming blue crystal in like the center of this little like dashboard, and it's like sort of like slotted and turned it. You ever see the movie Atlantis? It's basically like that.
Shit.
He's adorable. I can't kill him.
And he just like
No.
he swivels he swivels in his chair, and he turns to you, and he's like, why aren't you not seating, good citizen?
Inspection.
Yes.
It's not Tuesday.
It's a surprise inspection, clearly.
Roll a deception check.
Don't laugh yet.
17.
Well, shit. What are you? What are you expecting?
I'm inspecting your ability to drive this vehicle,
I'm able to,
and your ability to follow orders.
He almost said shitty train.
Okay. All right. I'm driving. If I'm able to see, so do you mind if I turn?
Yes.
Hold this.
Continue to drive. This is my associate Alexandris. He will be actually putting down your scores. Look like you're doing that. In his mind!
What do you- wait.
I'm currently behind the door, and guess what? I'm gonna hide in shadows.
Okay, so Alexandris, I need you to roll a deception check, and then sorry, Merritt, I need you to roll a stealth.
Cool.
Okay.
That is.
So how do I? So what dice do I have to roll?
20.
A d20.
A D20. Okay. So I got a 9.
On the die, and then you add your deception number, whatever it is.
So plus 1, so 10.
Okay.
I got a 14, so plus 5, that's a 19.
I feel like my successful check should help.
Yeah, I'll say that you have advantage. So roll again, Alexandris.
Again, okay.
And then take the higher number.
Roll again. Okay, 16 plus 1, so 17.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
So he looks up at you and he's like, do you have the your company clipboard, or do you just
He's very good with numbers.
Yes. I have a great memory. No, get back to pretend like we are not here.
Okay, sir. So what's going on with this inspection? I mean, I'm always passing with high marks. You know what I mean?
We've had some reports from passengers.
Oh, really?
Yes, it seems that some drivers have been overheard critiquing the appearance of their passengers. That's why they sent me, because of how striking I am visually. We're trying to find who the driver is.
Well, I have no idea who would say such remarks. I am the
Keep your eyes on the road.
Yep, you got it, sir. So Merritt, what are you doing right now?
How are we getting this out of the console?
I am slowly sneaking out into the room, and I
How
am.
do I get it out of the console? I don't know.
Okay. All right. You are sneaking into the You're sneaking into the room. It is small. It is about like 10 by 10 feet. But currently,
Stay behind his chair.
Yeah, he is facing forward, driving very much in the zone and feeling pressured.
And I'm gonna now take the crystal.
It's in the front of the console.
It's right in front of him.
Please don't just kill us all.
Yes, kill us all.
Do you take the crystal?
Not yet.
Don't
but
take
I'm like very like anxious.
I glare at him.
I'm like waiting. I'm staring at you and like waiting for the signal.
So which direction is the crystal? Is it like right in front of him, or?
It's right in front of him. Like he's looking forward. He's looking forward, and like, you know, like it's basically if this is like a car, The crystal's like in the steering wheel, and
God
he's
damn
like
it.
the levers go around it.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Can
So
you-
how far? Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can we ask him to show? Can we ask him to recite how to how to actually like man the train as like a tester or like
Rumble
testing
with
his
his
skills?
eyes closed. Make him close his eyes.
No, that still doesn't change the fact that the train is in motion and
Yes.
we are on it.
But if
we
he
take
shows us-
away the-
Yes, but if he shows us how to like use it, the bare necessity, get him to move away from the steering wheel for a split second.
Okay, so here's
Slam dunk.
what. Okay, so here's my two thoughts. We can do that by having him show us his specific patterns, so that we can make sure that he's following all of his procedure.
Yes.
But we need to stall until the next station. How far are we from that?
You probably be about like 2 minutes away.
Okay, this is easy then. We distract him with your idea, and then we find some random thing that he does in this process that causes him to screw up. And then we will tell him to immediately stop at the next station, park the train, and then one of us will escort him out to have a chit-chat with him for his failure. And I'm just gonna BS all of this. Okay. And then that's when our boy can grab it. With the
Yes.
train stopped, and this guy isn't even in the room.
Yeah.
I like your way of thinking. I slunk out of the room.
I think the one who has to have the conversation with him outside to be angry, you have a higher deception and you're already making him scared.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to ask him to walk through his entire driving protocol, and then just at your leisure, pick a thing that he does wrong, even if he doesn't do it wrong.
Okay.
So wait. Meanwhile, Flint, what are you doing?
I am involved in conversation with Dwarf Lady about her potatoes.
Okay, so she's just saying like, well, you can boil them, you can mash them, you can stick them in a stew.
Yeah.
I have russet, I have golden, I
Yeah.
have red. Sometimes I skip. Sometimes people prefer that we mash it and like put the heavy cream in it. I find the best solution
Garlic.
butter.
That too.
Garlic potatoes. You are a man of taste. You should visit the
Back to-
bazaar.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Okay,
just
so
gonna get
Merritt-
married after this.
Mare, are you still crouched there, just
No,
behind the chair?
I have slunked out of the room.
Okay, you've slunked back out of the room. You sit down, or you're sort of off to the side, and you hear garlic. Wow! And
I roll my eyes.
so back to then Alexandris and Karnov.
Go ahead.
That ever be. Okay. So what is the goblin doing right now?
It is a gnome,
Sure.
and he is
It's a gnome.
driving the train. He is driving it. He's pulling the levers.
Oh, I hope he didn't.
Okay. Okay, so I asked the gnome, how long have you been on shift so far? How long have you been on duty tonight?
I had the night shift, sir. So my 6 hours started about about five hours ago. This is my last hour. I should be wrapping up.
Yes. And how long have you been doing this for a long time?
Well, this is my 22nd year in employ. Thank you.
Okay. And since you've been doing this for 22nd years, then it wouldn't be surprising for you to do a spot check. Show us the necessary steps of how to actually man the ship. Man the train.
Well, of course, sir. Yeah, I know it like the back of my hand.
Oh, it's so clever.
Yeah. Then show me like the back of, if it's your back of your hand.
Okay, well, as standard company protocol, I insert the crystal of identification and train empowerment, and I turn it the 3 clockwise rotations, and then I pull the overhaul lever, and then I gently pull the acceleration, and then I remove the brake, and then I adjust accordingly the acceleration as well as.
Hang on.
What's the problem, sir?
You do realize, yes, what model this is.
Well, of course, it's a G137C.
And you're starting the acceleration before releasing the brake.
That's been company protocol. We need to.
Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that?
My instructor, sir.
I want his name. I want all of his information.
His name is Figgle Greenhorn.
I mean, we're going to have a talk about this, clearly. How far are we away from the next station?
We're just about a minute's ride.
Okay, soon as we get there, you put this vehicle into park, and then you and I are going to step outside.
Okay. I will have to, as per company protocol, as I'm sure you are aware, I cannot, if I need to stop the train and stop it from, out of the rotation, I have to pull it aside into a depository railway.
Look, I have to reprimand you, but what I don't want to do.
I can't.
What I don't want to
keep it stopped in the station.
What I don't want to do is keep you from going home tonight late.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I want to wrap this up, so we will stop. We only need to step out for a few minutes for some documentation purposes, and that's it.
Are you asking me to stop the train in the station without, or shall I divert it into a depository rail?
There's no need to divert it. There's no need. We're not going to completely stop. You'll be able to finish your shift, no problem.
I fail to see how the 20 seconds in the stop to unload and reload passengers is enough time for this. It
will be longer than a few seconds, clearly.
Well, we can't delay the trains.
It clearly seems that after 22 years, you are failing to take orders from your commanding officers. So maybe that is an issue that we may have to take. Well, that will derail you even longer than just the 20 seconds that you're having after the shift. So either you pull into the station that we asked you as your superior, or you will deal with a situation that will be much more worse.
Roll an intimidation check.
Sorry.
Oh, for the love, you better get this.
I got a D20, right?
Yeah. It's telling
Guys,
you
I'm sorry.
fail. Oh God.
No, I got 16.
Oh thank God.
16 plus 1, so 17. 17.
I hope that worked.
This goes against company protocol, but I'm fine.
Thank you.
Dear God.
Okay, so in meta, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna use my minor illusion to make it look like I'm making some notes, and then we're gonna and then that's your cue to go in and get that crystal, and we are done here.
Yes.
The rest of you can just get off the train.
Oh boy, it's all down to me, huh?
Yep, it's all down to you, son.
Don't
but
you
it shouldn't be
fail it.
But it should be on you, okay? We're gonna step out. It'll be easy, okay?
All right. I'm gonna roll for traps.
Roll for traps on the train.
Sure am. I'm gonna roll traps on the crystal. See if there's something I have, like an alarm or a press or something. So if I take the crystal out, there's not gonna be like a blank. I want to know what's
Alright, yeah, that's fair. Roll a percent check.
What the?
You'll have to do it after they escort the guy off.
They've already done that.
No, we haven't stopped yet.
No, we have to pull up.
Damn it.
Well,
we plotted it out.
You pulled into the station, and then the woman goes like, "Are you getting off here? Because they have so many more recipes: au gratin, hash browns, home fries."
Perhaps.
So you escort the gnome, and he tells you, and he says, "Do I need to stop the train fully, or do I leave it running?"
Leave it running. This will be quick, I promise. Just come with us.
This is against company protocol. I hope you are aware.
I understand, but as we've explained, it is easier for all of us to just quickly get this done.
Okay. And so he'll pull some levers, and the train stops, and then he rotates the crystal about one direction, like one little turn clockwise, and he hops off the chair and he walks out with you guys.
Okay, so we go off the train, and then you guys can follow us if you want. And I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. It's just a cantrip, and I'm gonna spawn a facsimile of a clipboard.
Okay.
I rolled for traps. It was a 17.
Okay. Yeah. You notice that above the crystal there is a small glowing rune.
Okay, I couldn't hear that. You cut out.
Above the crystal, there is a glowing rune that's pulsing.
You cut out again.
A glowing rune that's pulsing.
Okay, can I disable that with thieves' tools?
It doesn't look like it.
It's magic.
Shit.
As someone who has been in wizard houses, it does seem to be arcane.
So is this the alarm system that trips off the thing if the crystal is removed?
You don't know. You know there is something glowing in front of the crystal.
Frick. Do I have anything?
What if I just smash the console?
Do I have any? You're outside, bud.
Well, he hasn't decided if he's leaving yet.
Yeah, he's tired of garlic.
He can just do it. Go mad and just go smash the console.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if it went to the crystal?
If he like smashes it and like takes off running, could that like?
I feel like that would be amazing, and we should do it. There's only one way to find out: is this to do it?
Hey, it worked for Batman.
I step aside and let this crazy man destroy the console of the train. I slink out of the train and let you go do it.
Okay, Flint.
Okay, okay? Okay, am I doing this? Are we doing this?
Yes.
So, like run.
I'm no longer in the train, bud.
Okay, I take my battle axe. And I swing it onto the console.
Okay.
Like an axe.
Okay.
Okay.
A plan. A beautiful plan.
And what am I rolling for?
Crazy.
I mean, it's right in front of you. Where are you trying to strike with the console? There are a bunch of levers. There's just metal holding them in place, and there is the crystal.
Okay, is there some kind of housing for the crystal?
Oh, it's just plugged into a hole. It's poking out.
Okay. I will take the axe and swing it in the area in the vicinity of the crystal, but not the crystal itself.
Okay. So, you swing the axe, and it embeds itself into the metal. Punch! With that little smash, you bend metal in, and you see the crystal turn. A spark of lightning shoots out in your direction. I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
That's not me.
A D20?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's low. It's
a 4.
Okay. So Flint, you take 30 points of lightning damage.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Are you dead?
Like dead or dead?
He's knocked out. He is knocked out. He is on the ground unconscious.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh wait! Karnov and Alexandris. You hear, and the train begins moving. As it has been empowered again, and the This is my company protocol, not to leave the crystal in its compartment. And he starts running his little gnome legs after the train as it now begins to depart the station. What do you guys do?
I look at him and I go, "We need to go."
I am already gone.
So wait, question: is Flint the only one on the train?
I think so.
Flint, Ori is still talking to a woman about potatoes.
And where is Merritt?
I am in the nearest bar drinking.
You did not leave and go to a bar.
Yes,
You're still
sure
on
did. Sure
No,
did.
you're in the. You didn't say that. So we're on the train. You feel it move on the compartment. You're in the same.
You're
area
all in
as
there.
God
Okay,
potatoes.
so we're the only ones outside right now.
And you hear Merritt. You hear a spark of lightning shoot out, and you feel the train begin to start moving.
Okay.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Alexandros, we get into a side street now.
But we have to so they either have to get like Ori and like Merrick. They
are going to have to sort it out, and we will meet them at another station or something. But we need to go now.
Damn it.
Don't leave him. Don't leave
The train. You can catch up to the train. It's just starting to like rev up. You can like run and jump on it right now. And you see the gnome running to do just that.
We can trip. Okay, we cannot get on that train with that gnome. He's gonna know we're full of crap. I have my
Can
staff.
I please, for the love of God, jump off this goddamn train?
Tase him! Tase
Do you
the
want
gnome!
Okay. We fine. We will go after them. So I reach out to him, and I'm gonna cast another cantrip with Shocking Grasp, and I'm just gonna hit him right on the back of his neck.
The gnome.
Yes.
Okay, roll for an attack with advantage because he is surprised.
So first roll was 19.
Oh, God.
Second roll was 8. So we're gonna go with the 19.
That will hit.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, Flint.
He wouldn't do it! He wouldn't have done it!
Jesus, tap dancing Christ. You should have just set off the alarm!
We should have got the freaking gnome to turn off the entire train by
I
itself.
should have killed the gnome!
Then he would have taken the crystal with him.
How much?
Killed the
You could
gnome!
have
roll your-
pocket the crystal.
Roll damage, Karna.
Jeez, is it a D4 or a D6? Double
Yeah,
check here.
I think it's a D6.
Oh, God!
It's a D8.
It's a D8. Fine, roll the D8.
Oh, jeez. Where is my D8?
How am I not dead?
How are you not dead?
We'll
I'm
get
gonna
to you.
Spare the dying.
We'll get to you. You're dead. You gotta do death save, son. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Please tell me I didn't just kill him.
You hit the gnome, and he's like, ah! And he's like, I knew it. You're not. And you see he vanishes. Poof. And you see him reappear on the train about 30 feet ahead of you. And it begins running. Alexandros, what were you doing?
I was like running to get on the train.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Wow!
To leap onto the train as it's beginning to depart the station.
Jesus.
I told you we should have run, buddy.
Okay, 13.
Should've.
13. Okay, that's enough. And you leap, and you're now sort of your foot is like dragging on it, and you pull yourself. But you're now clutching to like the outside of the train, and you're gonna have to like shimmy to a door to get inside it.
Okay.
Ori and Merritt, what would you like to do? And Karnov, you are now alone in the station, and the train is right about to leave.
I'm going to move my way back into the crowd. These suckers are on their own.
I'm going to bury my hands and pray to God.
I did my part. I did my part.
Okay, Karnov, you
Can I
watch
use, like, a
as
move
the
to
train
middle
goes.
finger him?
Yeah, as you're departing, you just watch as Alexandros flips you off. And
I
Deborah,
don't care.
Deborah, the cut ear, gets up and she runs to the back of the train and she looks at you, Karnov, and she just points to you, and she does like the slit throat motion and points right at you, and then she storms off back inside the train. Ori and Merritt, what would you have liked to have done while the train is beginning to move?
Well, like, go for the brakes or the commander and try to stop it.
Okay, so you barge into the room and you see a knocked out dwarf. By the way, Evan, roll me a death saving throw.
We're not even in combat.
Nope. Nope.
So that is just a D20.
Just a
D20.
Just a singular D20. No modifiers
Yep.
against death.
No,
No.
it's you're up to fate. That's it.
16.
Okay, that's a success.
Aww.
You have one success. Okay, so Ori, you walk in and you see Flint on the ground, a bit of smoke coming up from his chest where it looks like a small bolt of lightning has just hit him. His battle axe, or his sword, I think it's a long sword that you use.
Battle axe.
Sort of battle axe. Oh yeah, your hand axes. And it's sort of just impaled in the metal, and it's sort of, the console itself sort of scrunched in, and all of the gears have been pushed up.
Oh no.
Well, can I grab the crystal then?
You want to grab the crystal?
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Okay.
going back there, man.
So you're gonna grab it, and are you gonna?
You're not
What are you
going
gonna do with it? Are you just gonna yank it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you grab it. Roll me a strength check. Or do you have dice? Or do you want me to roll I can roll dice for you. So. Okay, and then 12. That'll be enough. So you yank the crystal out, and you see the rune light up again. And a small bolt of lightning shoots at you. Now I need to roll a dexterity saving throw. As I'm activating Siri.
You have all screwed this up.
Hey, I didn't.
To be fair, it was
I did
your
my part.
idea to.
It was
to take
out of
him off the
desperation.
No, that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling them when we
The
get
human
back.
wasn't gonna do anything.
All right. So dexterity is +5. That is a 17. So you will take half the damage that Flint took.
At least I'm still alive.
You take 14 points of lightning damage. So you are now down to. Oh yeah, update the stats here. You are now down to 3 hit points.
Oh my gosh.
This was a disaster.
Okay. And you feel the train slow to a stop as you have yanked the crystal out. And you see a gnome burst in. What's going on? Yeah,
Hey.
it's you.
Guess who's still hidden in shadows? I am going to, at long last, stick my poison dagger in his back.
Why did you just kill it from the start?
All right, roll for your attack with advantage.
And that is a 12.
Plus anything, or the 12 total.
Plus, well, what would I plus?
Your attack bonus. Did you already do that?
My attack bonus. Oh, for
Probably +5, probably.
for what?
Your dagger, right?
My dagger is +5, yes. And you know what? I'm also going to use my inspiration on this one.
To instantly succeed.
Yes.
Good. All right, so you roll the D4, and then a D6 for your sneak attack, and then a D6 for the poison.
All right. So what's that again? I just killed this guy basically.
This
A
gets worse.
D4 plus 2D6 plus your modifier.
All right. So I rolled a 3, and then a 6, and a 3.
Okay,
So-
a 3, 6, and a 3.
This
That's
is not good.
12. 12 plus your modifiers, I think 4, so you do a total of 16 damage.
Yes.
So you you got this dagger into this little and he goes and he begins coughing up blood. Illusion, wasn't it? I knew it. And I would like you to roll a quick initiative.
Sure.
Go for it.
I rolled a 20.
What?
I rolled a 20.
20? All right, then you go first.
With an attack?
Well, you're staring at him. What would you like to do? He's clearly looking hostile.
Sure. I'm gonna stab him again. All right.
Okay. Go for it.
So initiative roll. I roll a 16, and I'm gonna hit him with my short sword.
Okay. 16 will actually miss as you go in for your blade. He holds out his hand, and he's like, "Your blade will not pass!" And this little bubble, shing, boom, appears around him. This little shield spell, and your dagger bounces off of it.
Oh god damn it! He's an illusionist. They all are, aren't they?
So you have your second attack.
I do. And I'm going to roll another d20, and that's going to be a 19.
That will hit. That will even go past his little shield. So that's a D4 damage.
D4, just a D4 with my short sword.
It's a dagger. You
All
attacked
right.
with your short sword, and then your offhand was a dagger.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't have
right.
2 short swords, I believe.
And that was a 4.
So just D4. 4?
Four.
Okay. So you jab him again. He's like, "Argh! You!" And he reaches into a bag. On his turn now, he reaches into a bag and he pulls out a wand, and he just points it right at you, and all of these darts shoot out at you.
Oh fuck.
These magic blue darts just instantly impale you. And you will take... Okay.
Oh god, he's counting. Oh, that's not good. That's bad. That's very bad. It's extremely bad.
This isn't even combat yet, is it?
Oh dear. Oh no.
No, they're having a mini combat. I just don't have like a little thing
It's
for
okay.
this.
It's okay.
Oh
We
fuck,
caused
God,
this.
jeez, oh dang.
That's how bad
Oh,
we
great.
fucked up.
Oh great. Oh gee. Oh no. Oh dang.
Oh man, Rick! Oh jeez! Oh no!
Okay, you take 31 points of force damage
I'm fucking
no!
as he expends all the charges in his wand of magic missile straight at you.
And I'm gone. That's it.
We need like a Final Fantasy type of like song to send off.
Phoenix-
I've got a thing for this. I've got a thing for this.
A thing for what?
I'll find it. You guys keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, Alexandros, you've boarded into the train, and you picked up, and Deborah the cut ear standing right next to you. The dwarven woman is still talking to you about potatoes, Ori. Are you doing anything else, or are you keeping her distracted? Oh, that's right. You were in the room, and you've just yeah, that's right. You were there with the crystal, and you've witnessed this little brief exchange between the gnome. And now he's looking at you, and hold on.
Can I
Okay.
spare the dying at all?
Without.
Yeah. So, Alexandros, at this point, you can see 2 bodies on the floor in this room. You can cast Spare the Dying on 1 person at this moment.
Pick me. I fucked up less.
Oh my god. Okay, to the group, who's like the closest to being like dead?
Me.
Well, the guy who's there.
I guess not me anymore, but I'm definitely.
You're
down for the count.
Actually, no, Flint, roll me another death saving throw. It's been long enough.
Oh dear god.
Hold on. Oh my god, Travis, that freaking Final Fantasy anthem.
I have that on hand for another D&D game.
Another
where
16.
Okay, that's another success.
Okay.
Okay. Based on all my healing spells, the only thing I can do to save, I can't save both of them. I can only save one of them right now.
Oh no, you're gonna die, Flint.
Yeah.
So I can
Granted,
only
if you can cast Spare the Dying right now, and then on your next turn, you can cast it again. But so everyone else is gonna have a chance to do one more thing before you get a chance to do another thing.
Okay.
So,
Also, as a Grave Cleric, if you cast Healing on anyone who's at 0 HP, it's just max heal for that spell.
Boy.
Who should I save?
Deborah the Cut Ear, by the way, is also readying her crossbow, but she's sort of looking to the windows of the car.
And watching how massively we fucked this up.
He's not,
Up to you, Alexandros.
If I save Flint, does that mean Merrick has to do the roll again?
Oh no, I'm dead.
No, he's not
he's
dead.
dead.
You're not,
Yeah, you got
You're-
death
you're not-
saves.
you're not dead.
saves.
You're at 0 HP. You got knocked unconscious
How?
by a 7th level magic missile.
Yes, I know how, but how am I, not, bits?
Because
Because you're knocked out.
you needed to go to negative 17. You needed to take 34 points of damage. You took 31, so you're not dead.
Woo.
So
You got
he's like
knocked up,
three.
you got not knocked out.
So he's like 3 away from dying.
He's making death saves right now. It doesn't matter how low you go, as long as you don't go past your maximum HP negative, you don't die. You're just at 0. TikTok, Alexandros. Ori, by the way, what are you doing?
Um,
Why is
can I use insights on the crystal or something like that?
You could try reinserting the crystal if you'd like. You can also have Flint at your feet.
On the top,
I'm sorry, say it again.
like insights on the tab on the left-hand side of the character sheet.
I'm sorry. Can someone does someone else hear her better? I feel like my connection's just not working.
No. Yeah, her connection's just a little slow.
With her.
I'm so
Is
sorry.
Is it the insight you're looking for, Lee?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
left-hand side of the character sheet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could use that.
What about it?
Only on people.
Insight? No, you could use Arcana to sort of figure out a little bit what it is. Insight is usually what you use to figure out if someone's lying to you, or if someone sounds kind of shady, what their personality's like, that kind of thing. To learn anything magic, it'd be the one that says Arcana.
Okay, I'll use Arcana. I mean, there's only 2 on it, but I'll use that.
All right.
I think I'm gonna save.
Well, I rolled a 2, so plus 2 is 4. You don't know anything about this crystal other than it somehow has electric power, and it powers the train. But other than that, it's sort of a strange thing to you. It's of gnomish make, and you're not too well acquainted with the gnome artisanship.
Oh my God.
Alexandros?
I'm sorry, Flint. As much as it kills me, I'll try and save Merrick.
Hi.
It's at this point you can play the video that I sent in the chat.
The very underwhelming saving music.
It kills me because I know my character would rather save, but
Are you? What are you casting?
spare the dying to save Merrick.
Okay, Merritt, you're still unconscious, but you're not dying. You're just asleep. Okay, Karnov, you've heard the train stop ahead, screech to a halt. Could get down on the tracks and run to it if you choose.
Yeah, I better go catch up to it, but I'm gonna do so slowly as to not draw attention to myself.
Okay, so people are sort of huddled and wondering what's going on. They walk away. You hop down. There's one guy who notices, but he's like, "Yeah, I've had a bad year too."
You're breaking up, bud. I can't hear what you're saying.
Did anybody else hear me?
I think I heard a little.
Does Karnov hear me at least? Travis.
I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you're the one I'm talking to, so you're the important one right now. Anyway, there's one guy who's noticed you, but he doesn't seem to care. And then you hop on the tracks and you begin hoofing it. You'll probably get there in like 2 rounds if you're just like using your full movement to get there.
Okay.
So, at this point, I would like Alexandrus to roll initiative, as well as Deborah.
Where's my initiative?
It's
How do I roll
just a
initiative?
D20. It's a D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay. So 20. And my dexterity. It's 18.
Okay. You can go before the gnome as he's looking around frantically. And he points to you, Ori. He's like, drop the crystal, and that's it.
Wait, he's still alive? The gnome was still alive? Oh, yes.
He should have
Can
some
I-
poison going through his system.
It was yeah, you heard him. It hurt him. He's still a little like, eh.
Well, could I start fighting and like throw darts at him?
I'd like you to roll initiative. So, that is a 2 plus your dexterity of plus 3, so it's 5. You will go after him. So right now it is. So right now it is you, Alexandrus, and then it'll be the gnome, and then it'll be you, Ori. So Alexandrus, what are you going to do?
Oh, I want to save the dying on Flint.
Okay, Flint, you're no longer dying. You are now just asleep.
Hey!
Yes!
Hooray!
Oh no! Don't hooray! This was botched so bad.
Yes, it
That's
was.
alright, we're just gonna kick his ass now.
Depends on the dice, dude.
Okay, so Ori, you see this little gnome runs up to you and jumps at the crystal. I'd like you to make a strength check against his strength check as he tries to wrench it out of your hand.
Come on.
Do it, do it.
So you roll a 7, and he rolls a 19.
Oh jeez.
So this angry gnome runs up and grabs the crystal from your hand, and just looks at you and he's like, "Y'all get it reported to the company!" And he flicks his hand again as his bonus action. He casts that little teleportation again. And you see he has now teleported himself about 30 feet ahead of the train tracks outside of the train, and he begins to run.
Ah, jeez.
Do I see him?
You see him? You are far behind, though.
Ah, jeez. We
So
need to
the bar
go.
is just like, we gotta get him!
Question.
Yeah.
Can my hand axe make it that far?
No! No
You
more.
are... Answer, you are still knocked out on the ground.
Damn it!
Wait, I have firebolt. Hang on.
You are
Oh.
you are currently like 300 feet away.
That's
Karnov.
kind
Not
of
make
far.
it?
Not. Yeah, it's too far for me.
Dagnabbit.
Yes.
The crossbow lady, can she crossbow him from there?
She says, I hear you. I gotta get out to get a better shot. So, with that, Evan, I would like you to click on my screen.
Combat! Combat.
Oh, wow, that's nice. That looks
All
real
right.
nice. For these trains we're never going to go on again.
Oh, I thought your phone
Oh, wow.
I thought your phone was supposed to be the train.
No, this is the train.
That's the
right
train.
here.
That's the train.
Oh,
Alright, hold on. I'm going to try to see if I can get this bigger.
Oh, actually, that's gone.
Jeez.
Mistakes were made.
So the gnome is right here. The lady gets out of the train. Ori, you're still in there. This is Flint's body.
My body. My leg. My
Alexandros, you're a little outside of the camera range. Oh god, here we go. It's falling.
Oh
So
jeez.
it looked. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, no.
Earth-shattering
Going-
spells.
Going. An earthquake happens. Ooh. Oh god.
Actually, it would really help if an earthquake would happen.
Oh, could I use my Tamagori? What's that
Okay,
thing
never
called?
mind.
To shake the world.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
That's better. That's a little bit better of an angle. Okay. So, oh, by the way, Karnov, which would you like your new mini to be? I have this tiefling who's throwing some like magic missiles in
Okay.
a situation,
That's
and I
dope.
got this tiefling who's got a really ostentatious fire whip situation.
I think I'm gonna go with the first one just because I don't have a fire whip.
All right, so this is now you from now on. Booyah, and you're
Neat.
far in the back, off camera, and
Off
you're
camera.
currently- you are also currently sleeping.
I've had worse.
So, Deborah
No.
the cut ear,
Yeah.
Deborah the cut ear jumps out, and she aims her crossbow, and you all suddenly begin to hear a rumble. Begins looking around. The gnome also stops and looks around. She's like, "Oh no, we've attracted it."
Attracted what now?
We're gonna have a real earthquake, aren't we?
Without the train, you never know what my
Oh god.
You, Karnov, hear this great roar. And Deborah just looks at all of you and says, "Land shark." And that is where we'll end this episode of The Dungeon, folks. To pick up next week.
Oh, hold on. Are we doing Street Sharks now?
Street Sharks!
This is your cliffhanger, guys. Congratulations.
We are right off the tracks right now. We are off the rails here.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
This went
So-
places. This went some weird places tonight.
This went to
This
a
is
lot
this
of
is how I
places.
feel right now.
So I hope you guys all take a good look at our new friend here, and your arrangement over here, and the gnome over here, because we will pick this back up next week. Unless you guys want to spend another 2 hours dealing with this.
I think we'll be able to get back into it with some fresh minds, and not
And I think-
not fail quite so miserably.
All right. Well, this seems like a very suspenseful moment to leave our heroes. Will they overcome in apprehending the crystal from the gnome?
Probably
Let
not.
us find out.
Find
Well,
out
you-
next week on The Dungeon, folks!
Dungeon
Dun,
folks!
dun, dun.
Oh dear God.
That was my best SpongeBob news fish.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good